What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more bridges, and we're going back to Fakkeltog, 1980. And the next tune, do I have this right? Guest on Earth, yeah. Obviously you might be inclined to think extraterrestrial, and perhaps that could play into it, but I don't know. I also think maybe the idea is we humans are guests on Earth, or maybe each individual human is a guest on Earth. I feel like it goes some different directions, but admittedly, when I saw it earlier, my first thought was, someone coming to Earth, whether in a flying saucer or otherwise, and therefore being a guest on Earth, if we can conceive of humanity's home as being on Earth, which again, maybe it's running in a different direction. Either way, let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Bridges from Fakkeltog 1980, and the track is Guest on Earth.
What's in the night? The shadows
like a Roxy music track, or like a Japan tune.
What's in the night? Lies outside, the rats are there, the cats there, awake or hide. This is night enough for this, all for your pain, scream of the dream, struggling, dissolving, where am I been? Yes, on earth, sentences myriading, climbing fences, running the earliest word.
This is crazy.
Outside, the rats are there, the cats there, awake or hide. This is night enough for this, all for the city of pain, scream of the dream, something dissolving, where am I been? Yes, on earth. Sentences myriading, climbing fences, rhyming the obvious words, words. On earth, too early to cry.
It's like this delightful horror pop feel to it. Like sort of like a dance macabre, actually. It had that sort of the undead dancing about kind of feel, because it had this wicked sonic bent to it, but it ultimately still had a sort of groovy sonic progression. Ultimately, definitely some of the Doors vibes that everyone's been feeling, and rightly so. I do also insist that there's a eccentricity to that one, and even some of the vocal delivery and some of the like halting moments and so on sonically, it's reminding me of two groups that are as far off in their own universe as possible. Groups, again, like Roxy Music or Japan. And I assure you, that's like a huge compliment. Even though every time I listen to tracks by those groups, it's like, this is insane. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, it felt like there was a bit of that flavor. There was a moment near the end where I was like, that kind of, it has this drama to it, but it's a bit twisted or like warped. It was making me think of Pink Floyd a tiny bit. So again, like my brain with any group where I'm still in the very early stages, and even though I've been going through this album, we're talking a half dozen or so tracks. So yeah, it's ultimately a group that I still have very limited amount of time listening to. And in those cases, my brain just always tries to reach out for points of comparison. But as I said, I love the creative audacity of this one. I did enjoy the vocal delivery again, and it's interesting, like hearing Paul sing in Savoy, and then hearing Bridges, and then ultimately knowing that when he's writing his songs in Aha, it's another voice singing them, or at least in lead. Obviously, I think at the concerts, you might hear all of them, and whether there's songs that ultimately, end up on solo albums and so on. I get that, it's still complicated, but yeah, it's interesting to me to when you're writing songs that you're going to be singing versus when you're writing songs that someone else is going to sing, and not that that necessarily influences your writing, other than maybe knowing the voice you're writing for. So knowing that certain moments might hit a certain way with a particular voice. Yeah, it's just interesting to think about songwriting for Paul over the long haul of his musical career. In any case, let me know what you think. I didn't catch a lot of the lines. I caught bits and pieces of like fences, and there's references to specific things, but without hearing the larger line clearly. Not quite sure what to make of it, or how it might relate to the title. So either way, I did enjoy that sonic dance macabre. It's a bit wicked, but it feels sort of jubilant at the same time. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.